Okay, all right. So we're going. I'm going to show some pictures because these are the buy-in. These are the buy-ins. It was a nothing burger, and do we not have the other one? I guess not. Anyway, we're just going to have a general conversation. I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant. I'll keep it brief.
So let's first talk about the fact that we're actually filming this in the middle of the main event of Double or Nothing.
There was nothing past MJF returning that I cared about. No match was under 10 minutes. It was 12 matches, and they're going past fucking midnight on the East Coast. AEW, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but this is not acceptable.
No.
You cannot do 12 matches this late on a Sunday. I don't care if tomorrow's a fucking holiday. And you know what? They learned their fucking lesson. The next pay-per-view is on Saturday.
Yeah.
They actually changed the date.
Well, but I think the next pay-per-view is during the NFL season, so Daddy Khan needs that Sunday to be free so that Tony can be football.
You know what? I don't care. I don't care because that is the perfect night for everything wrestling.
Yeah.
You have the day to watch the wrestling and enjoy it on Saturday, and then you have the recoup day on Monday. It's like going to a concert. You don't do a concert on fucking Sunday.
Right.
Anyway, we did not watch this match, but I'm just going to assume what's going to happen. It's going to be chaos. There's going to be no actual wrestling. They're going to fight everywhere, and nobody's going to care. I'm going to give it automatically a thumbs down and fuck you.
The crowd died like halfway through.
Oh my god, they were silent. God. This match
should have been done on Dynamite. No one cares.
Completely unnecessary. It would have been a really good Dynamite match.
Yeah.
But it was like 15 minutes.
Or even a pre-show match. I don't really care about that one.
Yeah, and people are like, well, what about Orange Cassidy going back to the... I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
We already had this match. That's the problem. We've had this match. Trent Beretta loses and loses and loses. Guess what he did here? He lost. So guess what? Both of these two little goobers get a double fuck you.
They're goofy goobers. Let's move on to the next one.
So I'm going to assume that Adam Copeland broke his ankles with that dumbass dive. What was the fucking point?
Right.
This was
so dumb.
Oh, so stupid.
All right, moving on.
Now the pop with Gangrel was fine. It went way too long. There was no reason for it.
There's a reason. I think there's a reason that WWE did not want to do this spot. Because remember, WWE wanted to do it like a couple of years ago with Gangrel.
Yeah, and they never did it because look at the result. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
No.
And then now there's potential that Adam Copeland is hurt because he wanted to do a dive off the top of the fucking cage.
Yep.
He's never done anything like that, to my knowledge. Other than maybe the spear off of the ladder, but that's the only thing that I can remember. It was for the TNT champion, too. Nobody cares. It was fine.
No one cares.
It was fine. Juice Robinson is back, and that's good because his injury was very severe. So I'm glad to see
no
that
one
he's back.
cares.
But yes, Bang Bang Gang won, the Unified Champions. Orange Cassidy thumbs up. I'll be nice.
Nobody cares. Okay, God, fuck. Skip this match. This match was trash.
Chris Jericho, because you won. Nobody cared. It was a mess. The pacing was horrible, and nobody looked good in this match. Nobody looked good in this match. Like, at all. This match happened? This was so not necessary. This was 18 minutes. This match was 18 minutes.
And this match happened? Question mark?
God, it was a slog. Konosuke Takeshita does not care about wrestling anymore. No. And here's the problem.
He's like 49 years old or something.
Konosuke?
Yeah, he's like old.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Konosuke has the tools for everything.
I think maybe I'm thinking of Shibata. They're the same person.
You might be thinking of Katsuyori Shibata because
you know what? They're both the same person. They're both Japanese sounding wrestlers. Again, I don't fucking care. They can all be Kazuchika Okada for all I care. All I know is that they're old and dumb and they're Japanese.
And you know what the funny thing is that Kazuchika Okada is literally on the show. but
again, the point being is that I don't fucking care about the Japanese.
Konosuke, if you really want the love for wrestling back in your world, get away from AEW. You
run.
Yeah, run. Seriously, let your contract expire, get your bag, and go somewhere where you're going to be appreciated.
Use TNA
or WWE or DDT again if he wants to go back to Japan. I think he misses Japan. I think that's where he is. But this was for the world title. This was an eliminator match. So once again, why?
So no one cares. And no one cares about Jon Moxley.
And also Konosuke was buried. He did not look like the Incredible Fred at all.
And Jon Moxley is old and he's tired and he's a drunk. So.
Yep. This was a botch-filled, pandering nightmare to an egotistical,
I'm hoping,
self-centered, narcissistic brat.
I hope that this is a nightmare. I wake up tomorrow
that ending,
and Mercedes Moné doesn't exist. And that Will Nightingale is still the TBS, the TBS champion. Sorry.
Here's the thing.
I hope and pray that
there is a drastic difference between somebody who gives a shit and somebody who doesn't.
Will Nightingale gave a shit.
She is popular. She has the tools, and given the right training.
But guess what, Daddy? Again, Tony's not paying for this himself. This is his chore money for mowing the lawn from Daddy.
It's chore money for mowing the lawn.
So Tony Khan is getting paid his allowance to hire Mercedes Moné to do some fucking stupid dances.
$10 million a year. And
$10 million, guys.
And this was the match for her debut.
It was a shit sandwich.
I think
I think I've gotten better shit sandwiches from Subway.
So do you think we should probably pencil this in for possibly the worst match of the year?
Now I wouldn't say worst match of the year, but if we're gonna do a comparison of hype versus actual execution, oh god, yes.
This thing sank like the Titanic. Like it was.
Literally... I mean, I've seen better Holocaust gas chambers than this.
My god. Jesus
I haven't seen any.
But that Monet Maker was so horrible. I cannot believe she won. This was bad
trash.
Trash is nice. God, it was so bad. And guess what?
This match was better.
But compared to these two, this was literally Ric Flair, Ricky Steamboat. This match was good. Yeah. I liked this match.
It wasn't great, but it was better than the trash that Mercedes Moné shit out of her butthole.
Yeah, these two cared.
Yeah.
It's like Toni Storm gets a lot of flack for the gimmick, but I thought she actually did pretty good. I think part of it is because Serena Deeb's a really good wrestler.
Well, yeah, because she was trained by WWE, so was Toni Storm.
And to an extent, Toni Storm went to Shimmer and Shine, and she did some stuff in Stardom too.
That doesn't count.
It does count.
No, Shimmer and Shine, anything outside WWE doesn't count.
Oh my god, you're really a Fed simp, aren't you? We were kind of through this match. It was not good.
Again, the whole show just kind of died out.
Yeah.
After MJF showed up with his henna tattoo of his stupid little ankle thing.
I think that's it. And then actually,
this match was actually really good. There were a lot of scary spots, though. I was not a fan of those.
The spot where Will Ospreay landed on his head for the 10 millionth time scared the shit out of me.
I'm glad that he walked.
He also
still managed to put on a banger.
Yeah.
I'll give Will Ospreay all the credit in the world. He should have been signed with the WWE.
Mm-hmm. But he was afraid of the grind.
He was.
Roderick Strong is a very underrated wrestler.
Absolutely.
It's like his match with Kyle O'Reilly at the last pay-per-view at Dynasty was also really good. We always talk about the opponents of Roderick Strong. Let's talk about Roderick Strong. He's the common denominator in all of these matches. So it's like
Roderick Strong's really good at his craft.
he always has been.
Yeah.
He did really good stuff with the North American champion.
But again, he's part of the Vince McMahon regime, so.
Yep. So he Will Ospreay won with the Stormbreaker. Adam Cole came out and ran down. MJF came out. He has returned. He signed with AEW. Unfortunately, he's a moron. We all make mistakes. He's a young kid. It happens.
Yeah. I mean, he was probably making under duress at gunpoint, but you know what? We're just not.
They probably got a lot of money for it, but it's like, what are we gonna do now?
Well, no, you got a lot of allowance money from Shahid Khan.
Also, Adam, am I the only one who thought that Adam Cole was 100% buried? And MJF cannot keep WWE out of his fucking mouth. He dressed like Triple H during his return. And from 2002, Triple H literally had the same coat. He name-dropped Vince McMahon for the 10th time.
Yeah, that's true.
Within the span of like 6 months. It's ridiculous. Dude, you are a really good speaker. The fact that you have to drop WWE all the time shows pretty much everybody that you want to be there. You dress like Triple H. You talk about Vince McMahon. You want to be in WWE.
Right.
The fact is that they did not give you the money that you believed you're worth because you were being overpaid in the first place. Cody Rhodes, as an example, went to WWE and with all the money from merch, keep in mind of all the merch money that you're getting from that shit.
Mm-hmm.
The wrestlers talk about all the time that they get like 5-figure checks from their merch alone when they work with WWE. Don't you think maybe a little bit more of a lower ball contract, but then maybe a really nice merch package would be good for you? And look at all the stuff that's happening with the wrestlers outside of WWE.
Right. You get like at least
New York Times bestsellers, Hollywood movie stars. Where are those in AEW?
Again, it's a cult. So that little cute little ankle thing. So number one,
do you really think it's fake?
It's fake. It's henna. It's a henna, and even if it wasn't a henna, look at the position. It's going to be underneath the boot the entire time. Also, if you do get that, you're officially no better than Nexium.
Yep,
which is an MLM cult, like an actual like cult.
They were literally a sex cult.
Yeah.
I
want all the AEW simps to get that ankle tattoo, like an actual ankle tattoo.
I think somebody actually got a portrait of Tony Khan tattooed on them.
Yeah. So that person's part of the cult.
It's
just
a
like
cult.
all of you are going to be.
Also, anybody who gets a WWE tattoo is part of a cult.
Yes.
Like you don't. It's just cringe. It's so cringe. And I have a tattoo, and I've done tattoos in the past. Also, by the way, whoever did, if that's a real tattoo, maybe you should go back to being an apprentice because that shit was fucking ass. That thing is gonna look like a muddy mess in 10 years.
Oh, absolutely. But anyways,
Double or Nothing. Overall thoughts and a thumb rating.
It started out pretty strong. It kind of died.
Yep.
It just died.
It died to death. So what I'm going to do, because I didn't watch obviously all of it. I watched enough. I'm going to say that I liked the show, but the pacing was.
I'm gonna give it Orange Cassidy thumbs
down. I'm going to give it an Orange Cassidy thumbs up. Nothing within the matches other than maybe the last ones offended me. But the pacing was horribly all over the place. And I've seen better Double or Nothings. Dynasty was better.
Yeah, this was terrible.
It was terrible. Also, please stop doing Sunday shows. It's not good.
And don't do shows more than like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Or 4 hours. Like we're creeping up on hour number 5.
Like the people who are there have been there for 5 hours. The pre-show started at 4, and that place was pretty filled up by that time too.
Yeah, and it's 9 o'clock, and they're still doing the show as we speak.
There's a reason why WWE does WrestleMania on 2 nights. There's a reason why that one WrestleMania where I think it was almost like 7 hours long. They decided to do 2 nights.
Yeah,
now.
And after that they decided to do 2 nights.
It's a wonder fucking war.
Right. I don't care if they're like 7 matches per night.
Right. So usually we don't do the shows this late, but next week we will not be doing a show. Mothership will be in town.
Yep.
Then the show after, we will be covering 2. We will be covering Dominion, and then what was the second one?
Well, Battleground takes place on that Sunday.
Oh, Battleground. Yes.
Well, no, Battleground takes place on that Sunday. So
I thought no, it takes place on Saturday. It takes place the same day. It takes place on the 12th. It takes place on the same day. I am like 99.9. Okay, here, filibuster while I figure it out.
So anyway.
All right, so Dominion is June 9th. I actually had it pulled up, which is actually really good because then I can. Yep, June 9th and June 9th. They're both on Saturday.
Well, look at that. We're so smart here, guys.
So we'll be covering both of those, not next week, but the week after. But if you enjoyed this show, remember to like, subscribe. We'll be coming back with drama and news and maybe a match. And as always, be
majestic.